Guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Candice. It's been a couple of weeks since I posted a video. Life has been busy, to say the least, okay? So sometimes other things, family, projects, stuff like that take priority. It's life. Y'all know how it rolls. Today we are talking about transitions in life, change, right? It's not something I think a lot of people find incredibly fun, having to change one job to another or transitioning to different stages of life, whether it be, going from high school to college or going from college and like being a student into your first job, your career, stuff like that. Before we get started, we're going to dive right in and then we're going to talk about it, okay? God, thank you so much for giving us multitudes of experiences over the course of our lifetime. Thank you for using each and every opportunity to grow us, to help us learn, and to get us closer to you. I pray that anybody going through any sort of transition right now, whether it be job, relationship, career, moving, home situations, whatever it is, that you would give them your peace and your comfort, and that they would let you shepherd them and guide them along the way. I ask these things in Jesus Christ's name. Okay, so, like I said, life transitions, you go from one job to another, or you lose a job unexpectedly, things get cut back, and now you have to go find another one. Like, all of these changes and transitions can be stressful, right? They can be stressful. They can make you afraid. They can be anxiety-inducing. Like, a lot of these changes... Sorry, that was probably my stomach, and I'm sure you guys heard it. We're doing this early in the morning before breakfast, y'all. Okay. But a lot of these changes and things can cause us to stress out, can cause us to be afraid, can cause us to worry, and, doubt God sometimes, right? They can cause us an undue amount of anxiety and all of those things. And for me personally, they have definitely done that. Like early on when I would... Yeah. Oh, hello. Early on in life, when I had big transitions and changes, like, I'd be stressing out for weeks and weeks beforehand. I'd be afraid of what the future holds and trying to figure it out and trying to, plan it all ahead of time before it actually happened. But I've found that over the years, as I've gotten closer to God, right, as I've learned to trust Him more, as I've gone through different transitions, and He's proven to me time and time again that He is there to take care of me and to provide for me, right? I have found that nowadays transitions are peaceful, like incredibly so. Like before, it used to be if it was like going from one job to another, right? It would be anxiety over finances. It would be anxiety over, getting a resume together. Where am I supposed to upload it? Where do you want me to go, God? What do you want me to do, And then anxiety of, what if I don't get one soon enough? Or what if this happens? Or what if that happens, right? But you get to a point with God and trusting God that none of those things matter. None of those things are things that you find worthy to worry about, right? Because ultimately it's like, okay, now if there's a transition, say from one job to another, just as an example, right? I'd be like, okay, God, where do you want me to go? I trust that you have my best interest at heart. I trust that you know already where I'm going because you've already walked there and you know where it is and what it's going to be. God, I trust that you're going to guide me there when you need me there. And that you'll give me the steps or have it fall into place, whatever it might be, even if it's not something I would choose for myself necessarily, but it will all work out for my good, right? in the Bible, there are multiple verses that I think are very comforting and encouraging if you're going through a transition. We're going to start in Joshua chapter 1, verse 9. Now in Joshua, the beginning of the book of Joshua, Moses just died, right? And so the Israelites, I think they were called at this point, yeah, they are about to go into the promised land, right? And in the promised land, there are giants, and there are a lot of people who are not going to be happy that they're coming in to take the land, right? So it could be a scary prospect for them going into a place that they have not been before, and then, trying to settle down and deal with the inhabitants of the land who are already there. God specifically talks to Joshua here. Joshua 1 verse 9 says, "Have not I commanded thee, be strong and of a good courage, be not afraid, neither be thou dismayed, for the Lord thy God is with thee whithersoever thou goest." I think we can take that and apply it in our own lives, right? God is with us no matter where we go, right? He's with you when you wake up in the morning. He's with you if you're moving homes. He's with you when you're doing a transition from one job to the next. He's with you if you're transitioning from being single to being married, or being married to being widowed, right? He is with you every step of the way, transitioning from being, married to now being a parent, right? Or from being a parent to being a grandparent. He's with you wherever you go and whatever it is you're doing. He's always with you. In Psalms, David, if you have not heard of the story of David or the life of David, you should really look up to it. David had a lot of struggles. He had people persecuting him. He had, his father-in-law was trying to kill him. Dude had a lot going on. And he penned a lot of these psalms during those difficult times in his life. In those times where he had a lot of transitions, right? He was moving from place to place, hiding out, trying to figure out what was going on. And a lot of this reads almost like diary entries to God, right? Like, God, why aren't you here with me? God, please don't leave me by myself. God, help me, is what a lot of this goes into. Psalms 23, though, I think is one that most of you probably already have heard, but it's a good one for transitions, right? It says, "The Lord is my shepherd." We're going to start with that really quick. A shepherd, right, is somebody who's looking over a flock, whether it be sheep or whatever sorts of animals it is. The shepherd is the one who guides them, right? The shepherd is the one who's taking them from place to place and walking with them. The shepherd is the one who provides for them. The shepherd is the one who keeps them safe, right? Now, in order for the shepherd to do those things, the flock has to trust the shepherd, right? The flock has to not just wander off on their own and get lost. The shepherd will go find them, of course, is if they do that, but the flock has to trust the shepherd to be guided in the right direction, right? And in case you didn't know, we're the flock. "I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restoreth my soul. He leadeth me in the path of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of mine enemies. Thou anointest my head with oil, my cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever." When we're going through transitions and change and big life differences, right? It can be easy to try and go off and do it your own way, trying to do things yourself and striving instead of waiting on God or asking God what's next. But honestly, I think the easier way, the more peaceful way, the way where you're going to feel better on the inside, and I know that I feel better on the inside when I do this, is to just trust God. Let him be your shepherd. Let him guide you along the path and ask him where you're going next, or ask him to lead you there. Sometimes he might not tell you exactly where you're going next or what you're going to do next, but he'll walk with you as you're going through it, and he'll show you the way. And that in and of itself is so comforting. Like, it makes your soul happy. It makes you peaceful. Like he said, laying down in green pastures and beside still waters, right? God takes us and does what is the best for us. He leads us along paths that he has already determined, right? He already planned your entire life from your first breath until your last. He knows which ways you're going to go, when you're going to stray from the path. He knows when you're going to come back. He knows every conversation you're going to have with him before you have it. He knows every step you're going to take. And he takes your hand and walks right with you along the whole path until the very end, right? And then you get to go be with him forever, which is awesome. But my point being, no matter where you are, no matter where you're going next, no matter what it is that's got you super stressed out right now, no matter the changes that are coming along or transitions that are happening in your life, take the time, turn to God, ask him to guide you, ask him to be your shepherd, and you will experience the best peace that there is, short of being in heaven with him. A peace that is unexplainable, really, especially when things are in the air. You're not sure where money's coming from, or this or that, or you're not sure, what your next portion of life is going to look like, being a grandparent or being married, or, whatever it is. I pray that this finds you in good spirits and that this blesses your week. And I will talk to you guys next time. Bye.